Alright, welcome to the channel. Today we'll be discussing what I've termed the Luciferian agenda. And to understand the Luciferian agenda, um, this series is going to start with Gnosticism and discuss Gnosticism, Hermeticism, and Kabbalah and the Knights Templar and their role in what has essentially become Satanism and the occult. So, to start, we'll look at Gnosticism. And Gnosticism means having knowledge. And they taught that the material world is created by an emanation or series of emanations or works of a lower god, demiurge, trapping the divine spark within the human body. This divine spark could be liberated by gnosis or knowledge, especially spiritual knowledge acquired through experience. Now, they have a series of these emanations, and each of those is considered a different aspect of God or a different God in its own right. So, at the highest level, there is the monad, and the various emanations of gods are called eons. So, anyway, there's a chart showing all the different eons within the Gnostic system, and two of the important ones to know about are Sophia. Sophia in Gnostic tradition is the Greek word for wisdom and refers to the final and lowest emanation of God. And then in most, if not all, the versions of Gnostic myth, Sophia bursts the demiurge. Okay, and the demiurge is also known as, which means the public or skilled worker, and also called sometimes Yaldabaoth or sackless, meaning the foolish one, who is sometimes ignorant of the superior gods and sometimes opposed to it. And other names for the demiurge are Aramen, Yel, Satan, and Yahweh. And Elohim, and Yahweh are names for the Old Testament God. So the Old Testament God creates the physical universe and the physical aspect of man. And then man's divine consciousness gets trapped in the physical material realm. And so Irenaeus wrote a book called Against Heresies, and he, in his book, he highlights that Gnostics taught that creation began as a series of emanations. And so he details all these. Again, with Sophia, Yaldabaoth. So we learn a lot about Gnostics from Irenaeus' Against Heresies. And he also revealed in that Sophia devised by means of the serpent to seduce Eve and Adam to transgress the precept of Yaldabaoth, and Eve, accepting the advice of one who seemed a son of God, persuaded Adam to eat of the forbidden tree also, and when they ate, they gained knowledge. So, and through knowledge, they can become untrapped from materialism, which Gnostics view as bad, physicality is bad, and pure spirit is good. So, and man's divinity is trapped within this physical reality, material reality, and through knowledge we can escape back into our true divinity. Okay, and then another aspect of Gnostics, which Irenaeus also touched on, is something called the Ophites, and Ophite derives from the word snake, and the Ophites had heretical speculations concerning the serpent of Genesis and Moses. So this form of Gnostics were specifically known for the serpent, and they extolled the serpent and preferred it to Christ. And then we have from Hippolytus the Syntagma, and he has a section on the Ophites, and he says the characteristics of the sect indicated by the word, their honor of the serpent whom they preferred to Christ, they're venerating him because he taught our first parents the knowledge of good and evil, and their introduction of the serpent into their Eucharistic celebration or their Mass. So we can see basically the roots of Satanism and Luciferianism within Gnosticism. So they view the serpent as the hero who can help liberate man through knowledge, and that's why they venerate the serpent. Okay, so, and then there is similar to like the Dead Sea Scrolls, there's this Nag Hammadi library that was discovered, and it had a lot of Gnostic writings. We see some Ophite type of texts in there, and three of the texts that are Ophite in nature are the Hypostatus of the Archons, on the origin of the world, and the Apocryphon of John. So on the origin of the world, it depicts the serpent in the Garden of Eden as a hero sent by Sophia to guide man towards enlightenment. And the light here becomes a metaphor for knowledge. And in the Apocryphon of John, Christ reveals to John that it was he who caused Adam to consume of the fruit of the tree of knowledge. So Christ becomes synonymous with the serpent. Okay, so that is Gnosticism, and that's where we see the roots of Satanism and Luciferianism, because they depicted the serpent as a hero, helping man to gain knowledge, to escape physical, material reality back into his divine self. Okay, so now another step in Luciferianism is Hermeticism. It's closely related to Gnosticism. They both share the goal of the soul escaping the material realm through true understanding. And both saw the fundamental relationship between God and man was found through gnosis in a goal to see God, and in some cases become one with God. Or, to realize their own divinity. So Hermeticism is based on writings attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, And there's three parts to Hermeticism: alchemy, astrology, and theurgy. So in alchemy is the practice of the transmutation of base metals such as lead into gold. It is derived from ancient Egyptian religions. And in Hermeticism, it is used as an allegory of obtaining divine consciousness, in which the base metals represent base intellect or consciousness, and gold represents divine intellect or consciousness. Then, of course, astrology. And in this, it includes the philosophy of as above, so below. So they believe that everything that is done on the heavenly realm can be done on the earthly realm, and vice versa. They're basically one and the same. And then theurgy is magic, basically. And the Hermeticism has magic reliant upon an alliance with evil spirits or demons. And then they have a magic that is reliant upon divine spirits such as angels and archangels. Theurgy translates to the science or art of divine works. Alchemy is seen as a key to theurgy. And the ultimate goal of theurgy within Hermeticism is to become united with higher counterparts, leading to an attainment of divine consciousness. Okay, so now next there is Kabbalah, and Kabbalah is based on Gnosticism. According to Shalom Gershom from Origins of the Kabbalah, 1962. Many core Gnostic ideas reappear in Kabbalah, where they are used for dramatically reinterpreting earlier Jewish sources. Okay, so and they teach that, again, God creates through a series of emanations. We can see the order of these emanations here, basically leading down to Malkuth, which means realm, which is the physical world, and within Kabbalah there's also this tree of life. This bottom one represents Malkuth, or the physical world, and the tree of life is composed of Sephirah. And the purpose of the tree of life is to help one travel back up from the material world back up to divine consciousness. Here we see a Kabbalistic interpretation of the sword representing the flaming sword that God put in place when he expelled Adam and Eve from the Garden of Eden. And in Genesis we see that he put a flaming sword which could turn every way to keep them out of there. And then the serpent represents Lucifer, guiding man back from the material world up to divine divinity. Okay, so and then we see a form of Hermetic Kabbalah, and this is the framework of orders and societies like the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, Thelema, which is Aleister Crowley's form of religion, and also Theosophy. So that is what Hermetic Kabbalah does. Okay, and so the next step is the Knights Templar, which encountered Gnosticism. Knights Templar were part of the Crusades, and they fought in the Holy Land, or um, Jerusalem and Israel, and they encountered Gnosticism and brought it back to Europe. And according to Morals and Dogma, Albert Pike, the Templars, like all other secret orders and associations, had two doctrines, one concealed and reserved for the masters, which was Jehoanism, which is, they get that word from the Apocryphon of John, and because in that John, it is revealed to John that Christ was actually the serpent. So, and then they had the public appearance of being Catholic. So the Templars were gravely accused of spitting upon Christ and denying God at their receptions, of gross obscenities, conversations with female devils, and the worship of a monstrous idol. And this is again from Albert Pike, Morals and Dogma. And the end of the drama is well known, and how Jacques de Molay and his fellows perished in the flames. But before his execution, the chief of the doomed order organized and instituted what afterward came to be called the occult, Hermetic, or Scottish Masonry. In the gloom of his prison, the Grand Master created 4 metropolitan lodges at Naples for the east, Edinburgh for the west, Stockholm for the north, and Paris for the south. The initials of his name, JBM, found in the same order in the first 3 degrees, are but one of the many internal and cogent proofs that such was the origin of modern Freemasonry. So that is the introduction to the Luciferian agenda. We're going to cover many more parts and start getting a fuller idea of what this is all about. Okay, thanks for watching.